Hi guys, welcome to this short video on plotting a graph in Excel. This is really covering the basics of graphing in Excel, which is really important for you guys when you're trying to produce, for example, your IAs and also in your in-class experiments. Okay, there are many ways of creating graphs in Excel. That's why it's such a powerful tool, and there's lots of things we can do with it. All right, I'm going to show you how to do this with a very simple data set. I've got 6 data points. I've got a mass here of, let's say it's a pendulum, and its period. And what I've done is I've lined them up. Okay, notice I've included the unit in the title. It does not need to be written here. Okay, this is bad practice, and also will stop the program from working. Okay, in the way that we'd like it to. Now, there's lots of simple ways of doing this. Okay, you can select all the data, or you can just simply select your period data, because what I want to have is I want to have on the x-axis my mass and on the y-axis my period. This is my dependent variable. Okay, I'm going to insert a graph. Now, often when I'm doing this, I use the recommended charts. Okay, and that's very simple. All I have to do is come down here and say, click on this one. However, I notice that sometimes students don't have that. Well, if you want to just go in here, all these recommended charts come from the sort of stable of charts that we've got available. And what I really want is a scatter chart. Okay, and if I click on that, by selecting the data, I've created my scatter chart. Okay, just check the data there. We've got 1, 0.2, 2, 0.4, 3, 0.7. That looks about right. Okay, I can do a few things here. I can enter a chart title. Okay, this is period versus mass for a pendulum. Okay, this data is obviously completely made up. But what I can really do here, which is more important, is I can have a look at the data. So one thing I could do is I can add the data labels. All right, I can add the values of those data if I would like, if that's something I'd like to do. Okay, I can also think about adding some lines to my data. So I could draw a line which connects those data points. Okay, it's starting to look a little bit more like a real line, a real graph. However, more importantly is I can start doing some graph fitting. Okay, so if I click on the line itself and then I right click, then I'm able to do add trend line. Now the trend line is going to be the thing that I would imagine in physics you're going to use the most. Okay. Here we've got my trend line. It's a nice linear one. Why is it linear? Well, because on the right-hand side, it is giving me the option. Okay, I can go for various different fits here. I can go exponential, I can go linear, I can go logarithmic, I can go polynomial, where I choose the order of the different polynomials that I fit here. Okay, I can do a power law again, and I can do what's called a moving average. Don't worry about that just now. However, what you're usually going to be concerned with are linear plots. Okay, you can see it's a nice straight line going through my data. Looks like it's going to intercept 0. Fantastic. But importantly, we've got other tools available to us, which is namely that I can display the equation on the chart. Okay, so this is giving me my equation which relates the period on the top here and the mass on my x-axis. It's telling me that I've got a gradient of 0.2057 and a y-intercept of 0.0133. Okay, so this is basic data analysis that you should be able to use in any experiment, as long as you've got linear data, of course. Obviously, we would need to think about tidying this up by adding labels to our axes, etc., etc. However, this is the beginning point. If you're having trouble with plotting graphs in Excel, I recommend that you rewatch this, take it slowly, and make sure you are comfortable with the concepts therein before you go on to think about adding error bars, etc.